Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with our character creating. Today we are doing a human druid, which will be a little bit of fun. I don't see many people decide to do human for their druids, so this will be fun to make. So up first for humans is they have a 30 walking speed. And they get a +1 to every stat. So that's one of the differences between all the other ones I've made so far. Language wise, they have common and one other of their choice. So that can literally be everything, anything, not everything. Why don't we do something a little bit different? Let's see, what languages are there? We shall take a look. If I can find them. Common, Dwarvish, Elvish, Giant, Gnomish, Goblin, Halfling, and Orc. Why don't we do Goblin? And then, because we're going to do a Druid, they're going to get Druidic. So I'll just add that in now. And yes, that is everything for humans. Each ability +1. Size is medium. 30 feet of speed. And yeah. So yeah, that's everything for that. Okay, moving on to the druid stuff. Your highest should be wisdom. With our +1, this is going to become a 15. No, we should do, no, we'll go ahead and make that the 15 into a 16 just to get that. And then our next should be constitution, which we can make the 14 up to a 15. And then really it can be anything else, depending on the kind of druid, is where this is going to be different. I tend to like to be moon druids because they focus more on the shape-shifting, or you can be a land druid who focus more on the spellcasting side. If you want to be a moon druid, you want to make sure that your intelligence, wisdom, and charisma are pretty high, because when you shapeshift, your strength, your dexterity, and your constitution are all going to change to the animal's stats. So, since I like to be moon, I'm going to make these the higher ones, just because those will always stay the same no matter what form that you take. So, charisma, I feel like we'll make, let's see, so our 15, our 14, our 13 will become a 14 in intelligence. Our 12 will become a 13 in charisma. And then we'll make this the 11 and this the 9. So we won't get a bonus to initiative, which yikes, but that's okay. We still, it'll be fine. And obviously we're a little bit weak, but that's fine, because if you go moon druid, then you can change into stronger animals. So, and then we want to do our hit points, which is 8 plus our con, which will be 10. And then we need to do our background, which it recommends hermit, which it works. And we'll just do that one. So for hermit, we get medicine and religion. And then we also get tool proficiencies of herbalism. We get our herbalism kit. That's probably wisdom, just because like it's the survival to like find plants, you know. And then we get another language. So why don't we do orc? Why not? We'll go for something a little bit out of the ordinary. And then we get some equipment. We get 5 gold. You get a scroll case stuffed full of notes from your studies or prayers, a winter blanket, a set of common clothes, herbalism kit. So, we're going to do herbalism kit. We want to do a winter blanket. Winter. Okay, so it doesn't matter. That's fine. We know what's there. We do common clothes. So, winter blanket. As for the notes and stuff, you don't have to put that in your equipment. You know, these are useful things. The notes, you know, it's yeah, you can have them, but yeah, if you want them in there, you can. I'm not that particular on it. You get the feature called Discovery, the quiet seclusions of your extended hermitage give you access to a unique and powerful discovery. The exact nature of this revelation depends on the nature of your seclusion. It might be a great truth about the cosmos, the deities, the powerful beings of the outer planes, or the forces of nature. It could be a sight that no one else has ever seen. You might have uncovered a fact that has long been forgotten, or unearthed some relic of the past that could rewrite history. It might be information that would be damaging to the people who are damaging to the people who or consigned you to exile, and hence the reason for your return to society. Work with your DM to determine the details of your discovery and the impact on the campaign. So that's a very nice feature. You get to learn like your character gets to discover something about the world. So discovery, background, hermit, and we'll add that. And we'll just fix this typing. Well, copy paste really. So that is very fun. We will fix this. Yeah. So get that, hide that, so it's not filling up the entire space, and then obviously your personality traits and all that, which, you know, change depending. Let's see, proficiency wise, you get armor of light and medium armor, and then you also get shields, but you cannot it cannot be made of metal. So all your armor cannot have like metal. It can't be made of metal. Weapons wise, sorry, I keep having to clear my throat. Weapons wise, we get clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, sickles, slings, and spears. And then you get your, yeah, so you get your herbalism kit, saving throws, and then we have medicine and religion. You get to choose 2 from Arcana, Animal Handling, Insight, Medicine, Nature, Perception, Religion, and Survival. I always recommend Perception. If you can take it, take it. Very useful. So then we have Animal Handling, Arcana, Insight. Insight could be nice, you know, tell if someone's lying to you. Nature could be useful. I guess it would depend on like the makeup of your group. Like if you know who's someone who has like a high wisdom who could tell if someone's lying to you, I'm gonna go ahead and take that just because like it's nice to know. Yeah. And if it's something, you know, like really basic about nature, your DM will most likely make the DC pretty low for you because you are a druid. You know, and you know, you lived in nature. So after that, we get to choose our equipment. So we get a wooden shield or any simple weapon. I'm gonna do a quarterstaff just because I like druids with quarterstaffs. I don't know why. It's just, you know, nice. It's like, you know, an aesthetic. And then you get a scimitar or any simple melee. We'll do a dagger, just have that on us. And then we get leather armor. And we get explorer's pack. And a druidic focus. Now, you can choose, it could be like a necklace, it could be a wand, it could be your quarterstaff. I'm gonna just be like, oh, my quarterstaff has my focus on it, and that can be like your, you know, if you're casting spells, there you go, it's all in one. And then you get Druidic. You know Druidic, the secret language of druids. You can speak the language and use it to leave hidden messages. You and others who know this language automatically spot such messages. Others spot the message's presence with a successful DC 15 Wisdom Perception check, but cannot decipher it without magic. And then we also get spellcasting. Very fun. So, spellcasting, we get to know 2 cantrips, and we have 2 first level slots. So let's see what we can do here. First level, you know 2 cantrips of your choice from the Druid spell list. You learn additional cantrips as you get higher levels. The Druid table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your spells at first level or higher. To cast one of these Druid spells, you must expend a spell slot. To prepare the list of Druid spells that are available for you to cast, choose from the Druid spell list. When you do so, choose a number of Druid spells equal to your Wisdom plus Druid level. So our Wisdom is a 3 plus Druid level is 4. So anytime you can prepare 4 spells. I believe they are also one of those classes who also has access to their whole list. You just have to meditate and, you know, take a long rest to change it. So, as for Druid, there's some good ones in here. Let's see, there's Druidcraft. You can create harmless sensory effects, instantly make flower blossoms. Instantaneous harmless sensory effect such as falling leaves, a puff of wind. There's also the sensory effect that will predict the weather for you, which, you know, is cool. So if you want to constantly be checking the weather, yeah, take Druidcraft, that's fine. There's also guidance, you can take that. Poison spray is nice, you know, this is like a damaging spell, it's a cantrip, so you can keep doing that if you, because at first level you can't actually change into, you can't change into animals yet. You get that at second level. So poison spray is a good one to have in the beginning, you know, for damage spells, and it's just a cantrip. There's also produce flame, which also does damage. So you can do that one. Thornwhip is nice. Can pull people towards you. Make a melee spell attack against the target. If it hits, creature takes 1d6 piercing, and if the creature is large or smaller, it can be pulled 10 feet closer to you. There's also Shillelagh. The wood of a club or quarterstaff you are holding is imbued with nature's power. For the duration, you can use your spellcasting ability instead of your strength for the attack. So instead of +1, we could do a +5 instead if you put on Shillelagh. So we will do that. Shillelagh. So there's our 2 cantrips, and then we also get some first levels. Obviously you can choose any one that you like. Healing Word is nice. Long Strider is nice. Long Strider gives you 10 extra feet of movement. So if you have like a barbarian or some form of melee fighter who's constantly having to chase after monsters, you can give them Long Strider, give them extra 10 feet. If you have any dwarves, gnomes, or halflings in the party, you can give them an extra 10 feet. So instead of 25, they have 35. You know, that's good if you're trying to run away. So I will say, let's see, we also have this. We have Entangle. Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in 20-foot square, starting from a point within range. For the duration, these plants turn the ground and area into difficult terrain. Creature in the area, when you cast a spell, must succeed a strength saving throw or be restrained. So, I mean, our DC is pretty low, but in the beginning, you know, that their bonuses aren't that high, so that could be a good one. Detect magic is always nice. Yeah. It really just depends. Like, we will definitely do, like, Healing Word. You know, it's always good to have multiple people with Healing Word, if you can. You know, don't want just the cleric to have it, because, you know, if the cleric goes down, then having some healing is nice. And Thunderwave. Thunderwave is always a good, you know, beginning spell, good fallback. And we can do Speak with Animals. You know, that's good for, you know, if there's animals around and you're trying to solve out a case and be like, hey, animals, have you seen any weirdness around here? And then you could charm person if you'd like. Is charmed by you until the end of the spell, or until you and your companions do anything harmful to it. The charmed creature regards you as a friendly acquaintance. And then when the spell ends, it knows it has been charmed by you. So you can get it to, like, stop attacking for a little bit and, you know, just confuse it for a little bit. Like, oh, well. We'll give this one Fairy Fire, because that gives people advantage as long as, you know, it's up. So we'll do Fairy Fire. Just give some advantage in there. That's a good one to have. And then, yeah, so I believe that is everything for first level. We have our spells. We have all our stats. Yeah. Not a lot for the on the human side. I mean, really, the only thing we've got here, like, unless you wanted all the information for spellcasting, you can also put those in the field. You can add in the druidic, just for, like, the information. If you want, you can add all that information there. I tend to just, you know, put little things like stuff I get from my background and racial stuff, because you're always, as you're leveling up, you're always looking at the class stuff, so you tend to be like, oh, well, this is how it works. I don't need all the information on my sheet. But things like for your race and your background, you're not always looking at that. So it'll be great. So yeah, that is everything for our human druid. What are we going to name him? We'll call him Greg. Greg Smith, the human druid. Yeah, Greg Smith. Very, very basic human name. But, you know, it works. Not very, yeah, maybe he just got into it. I mean, he is only first level, so he's learning he's learning to be a druid. So, you know, could have come from like a city. And he's like, I'm gonna go off into nature, becomes a little hermit, you know, starts focusing in on nature, and now he's becoming a druid. So, yeah, it works. Sort of. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. So if you liked it, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment if you would like, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!